Hey guys, Andrew's back bringing in another fresh product review. On the show for today is the brand new Razer Naga Trinity. Named this way because it's quite literally 3 mice in one. With 3 side button attachments, we're looking at a mouse that's targeting all manner of gaming enthusiasts. Time to check the facts under the hood. This mouse is sporting Razer's advanced 5G optical sensor with true 16,000 dpi, with emphasis on both precision and speed. Moving outwards, we see the signature Naga curve, synonymous with Razer's previous Naga mouse models. We have the scroll wheel, significantly clickier than the previous Chroma edition that I was using, and the traditional buttons underneath to adjust DPI sensitivity. Kinda boring, but how much more can you really say about a mouse? Where the real magic is happening is over here on the left side. Razer bundles this mouse with 3 separate side button attachments, a standard 2 button, 7 button, and 12 button, essentially making the Naga Trinity a 3-for-1 special, and each of these attachments serves a unique purpose. Take the 2 button, simple, elegant, form and function at its best. This configuration is going to be loved by the content creators, the productivity powerhouses who need to get work done and need an accurate mouse to help them get there. Remember, this mouse isn't just nice to look at, it's also comfortable to hold in your hand, which, for those who spend hours a day at a computer, know how great that can be. Moving on to the 7 button, this one's for the macro-loving flyboy or girl who's got a Windows shortcut set up like speed dial numbers. I can also see some applications for content creators here as well, such as using the extra buttons to perhaps bind some keys in Adobe Premiere. But where the 7 button really shines is within the realm of esports titles and MOBAs, like League of Legends and Overwatch. Both games here, for the purpose of my example, each use an array of buttons in addition to the standard buttons on a mouse, like right and left click. But adding the buttons on your side frees up your other hand, so you no longer have to sacrifice character mobility for the sake of using abilities and spells. I'm looking at you, Overwatch. Lastly, the 12 button. No lie here, this will probably be the least used attachment since the height of its functionality is pretty much dependent on whether or not you're into MMORPGs. It's not very likely that any other game will utilize so many available buttons, but having the option is still pretty nice. How about we move away from talking about possible use cases and actually show how Razer made this particular setup possible. Each side button array attaches to the main mouse chassis with the help of 2 small magnets. The force at which they hold on appears to have been heavily tuned as well, since it's definitely not going to fall off on its own when connected, but can be still pried off with relative ease. You really have to admire when a company goes the extra mile in terms of design. The magnets on the inner portion of the side panel are actually embedded in the plastic, not just glued on the inside. There aren't that many companies that pay that much attention to detail. But with Razer, you usually are paying a premium for quality construction and innovation, which brings me to price. Right now, you can get the Naga Trinity for $99.99 US, which puts it at the higher end of their wired mice, but seeing the included accessories, I can understand why. But how does it handle in games? Simple answer here, folks. Like a pro. My game of choice for mice testing is Overwatch, since the mouse is definitely getting a workout in this title. I found that the mouse at my usually preferred DPI setting of 1800 to be excellent, accurate, and with low latency. As with first-person shooters, it's an absolute necessity. Note here that I did actually change the side plate to the 7 button, and boy did it make my life easier. Talk about real-world use cases. How about a little test in content creation? When making thumbnails and other pictures in Photoshop, I sometimes do fine background removal, and with this mouse, due to its precise sensitivity, it was like a dream. I actually felt in control versus the usual epileptic display that I tend to face. Overall, we're looking at a jack-of-all-trades kind of mouse, where it excels really well under many different use cases. Are there better mice for content creators? Yeah, I can name a few. And are there better mice for first-person shooters or MOBAs? Absolutely. But unless you're like a pro and like to have options while simultaneously not owning like 5 different computer mice, then perhaps the Razer Naga Trinity is for you. But tell me what you think. Do you think the Naga has what it takes to rise to the occasion for the modern keyboard warrior, or will the $100 price tag deter would-be adopters? Leave me a comment down below with your personal yay or nay. And as usual, links to where you can buy the products featured in today's video will be down in the video's description. This was Andrew with Circuits Anonymous, and I'm signing off.